Yo,
I know what's in the white box. Welcome back to Black Rasslin. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all.
Yo, this is my question, right? This is a legit question for me.
Legit question. Peace in the chat. Whoever's in the chat right now.
Yeah, legit question.
Jermaine, check your text message.
Right.
Peace, Jermaine. Peace to the 609.
Is LeVar's balls?
Cut his mic.
Is LeVar's balls better than Dragon's balls?
No way.
Mic on a nigga. Whoa.
LeVar's balls got to be the best balls.
Why?
Because one, they're great in their field, right?
All of the balls, like one ball got a sneaker deal, one ball just got a Def Jam deal. Is one still playing in the league?
Two playing in the league. It's two balls in the league. Two balls in the league.
Who's the other ball? What team he play for?
Lonzo balls for the Bulls.
And the other one's for the Hornets?
Bulls, okay.
Yeah, the other one balls. The other balls for the Hornets.
I didn't realize the Bulls had ball.
The Bulls got one ball.
They got one ball.
The Bulls got one ball.
Hey, what in the? How much wood for the woodchuck wood is going on this year?
The Bulls got one ball. I didn't realize that.
The Hornets had two balls, and then they cut one.
So is the ball that got cut the one that's now at Def Jam?
He the loose ball. The loose ball is now.
You gotta tuck that joint back in.
Yeah,
you gotta tuck it back.
When you think you lost one,
right?
Like, whoa. And then he come back down.
He right there. No, he's there the whole time.
Ball right there. So you taking LeVar's balls over Dragon's balls?
Hey, yo. Are you talking about
the only thing is,
this
is the thing, right? Wait, all right, pause. When you finally acquired all the 7 Dragon Balls,
all the balls,
you could make a wish, and that wish could like let's say
what happens. That's normally what happens.
That's what I'm saying though. Mav, let's say somebody close to you passed away.
Yeah.
And you was like, shit, I need Shorty. She the one that make the hoodies or whatever. We'll talk about that in a second. Let me go to the ends of the earth to get 7 balls, 7 Dragon Balls, and then when you get all the Dragon Balls, the dragon come out, be like, "Hey, what you want?" You be like, "Yo, can you
sometimes you got to go drag on them. No, you dragging on these hoes.
Sometimes you got to drag on.
Wait, drag on these hoes, stupid.
So when you get the balls, the dragon comes out.
Yeah, Shinru, I think it's called. Yeah, it's a big.
Cisco.
I don't know where Meals is at.
Cisco
the dragon comes out and say, "Hey,
yeah," and then Stan come out.
It's only one wish.
Shenron.
It's only one wish.
I believe it's only one wish. Yeah, then one.
So Ray J. So Ray J.
Yes, you ask Cisco for Ray J, and then once you get Ray J, the balls get scattered across the earth again.
So this is my. So you're taking those. You got to get 7 balls.
Drag on balls to sign the Rough Riders
to equal the 4 balls.
I think the thing is when you get the 7 Dragon Balls, that's a guarantee. You know full well whatever I'm about to wish for, I'm about to get.
But the 4 balls are guaranteed the ball.
The one nigga had to lead to figure out his real path.
He was hitting them corners.
What I'm saying.
Whoa.
He really brought it back. That's not me.
That shit hard.
I'm gonna keep it so real with you though. Like when that sound was popping, 23, 24 years ago, when Nelly and them was real, like that was it. It wasn't me.
What me?
Where I was, especially where I was at, like musically, I was so it was boom bap attack all over. Like I couldn't get with. I understood country grammar and all that stuff when it hit, but it was. That's when I knew music. There was some music. It's just not for me at that time.
So big time of music. I wasn't with it.
You lying.
However, I was outside.
And that shit was outside.
It was fire.
Baby, I left work and it was, you leave work, go get an outfit, we going dinosaurs. And then whoa in the club and we was in that joint.
I was doing the hoochie coochie.
I was doing the oochie coochie. So, cuz, this is my question, cuz. You taking LeVar's balls?
No.
You taking the Dragon's balls?
I'm not taking any balls.
Cal, whose balls you taking?
Whoa. I swear when
Roblox or something is messing up my internet. All I heard was who balls you taking? Yeah, for real. Swerve from the question. I can't make that the name of the episode. I'm sorry. I can't. That's the other thing with that, because it's always
we're booting him out of
anyway.
We booting him. You keep him and Murphy Lee and I-20. Nah, that's ludicrous. I don't know what the rest of the St. Lunatics nigga is. Which is Murphy Lee?
What was the nigga with the mask on?
Get Vin out of here.
Take my balls, please.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. Shout out to Megs, man. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Yeah.
This is great.
We were in Sam's Club like the day that joint dropped.
Whoa.
Yeah. And Lil Fam was just walking around the store the whole time. Just what are you singing?
It's hard.
Is that Big Thomas?
It's hard.
It does what it's supposed to do. Like Frazier was on it. Frazier hit me up the day it came out. Hey, they got any of them MP3s? I'm like, nigga, there's no way you gonna make me go on this wild goose chase. And still, but to his point, a week later, Def Jam said, "Hey, we trying to swerve as well."
This is what I'm saying. So
hey, can we put that in perspective in real life? And I hate to be the nigga that rains on people's parades.
Oh,
but
you're raining.
what does a record deal matter? How much does a record deal matter from a nigga with 1 million followers now? This is a perfect question to ask DDM.
No, this is shout out DM. This is great.
Perfect timing, DDM. We're not going to go back and cover anything that we already talked about. Shut up, Stevie.
Why not?
No, shut up, Stevie. But no,
please watch the first.
We're talking about one of the balls. One of the ball boys, right?
All the balls.
No. Currently, we're just talking about one of the ball boys, right?
One of the balls.
Now he signs a $10 million record contract, right? Which is a bad $10 million record contract is still a bad percentage loan.
I thought it was 13 million.
Is it 13?
Yeah.
Either way,
I'm not sure.
A record company loan, when you can just take your music, you can do everything yourself, and you're going to pay for everything yourself anyway. Because that's how a record deal works: is we front you this bread, and then everything that you do, we take out of that money. And you got to pay. It's a bad loan, right? So, how much sense does it make for him? Is it just the prestige of signing a Def Jam?
I think. See, here's the thing. I think that in LiAngelo Ball's case, I think that yes, he does have the social media cachet where he could very much do things without a record deal. But I think people look at things in a very they're like, oh, you can just put your stuff out now. It's a lot of artists that just put their stuff out now. But what you need, the last bargaining chip that record labels have to offer is press connections, the labels own percentages in the streaming companies. There's certain things from a promotion and marketing standpoint that a label still has to offer.
100%.
You have some people who the algorithm would sleep that day, and they got a pop, because today's algorithm is not the algorithm of yesteryear, where you really did have a chance if it was viral enough, if it was good enough. But there's so many barriers to entry, even in that way, that record labels got smart. They found a way to work streaming services and other revenue outlets. LiAngelo Ball is a bit of a different case because he does have some type of cachet, but also too, LiAngelo Ball is not viewed legitimately artistically.
Right. Well,
what happens is a Def Jam provides a certain level of credibility, if it means anything in this era of Def Jam, that LiAngelo Ball doing it may not have.
So the question, right? Because for me, music isn't just in competition with music anymore, right?
Fact.
It's
fact.
phone real estate. I'm competing with
yeah.
everything that's in your hand, in your pocket, so on and so forth. With that being the case, I'm wondering how much or how important artistic integrity is to him, or that cachet from Def Jam, because I don't remember the last Def Jam release.
Well,
go ahead, Cal.
that's what I think. I think that's the other part of this is Def Jam realized quick that that's a hit. It's giving people a certain vibe, and like you said, I remember a couple years ago, Def Jam they had like projects they were doing, but I don't think that stuff really panned out. They tried to like put out a bunch of new artists, and a lot of that, there were no hits, there were no records that came out. They smelled that this was a single. I don't know what the radio is right now. I don't know if there's, but I imagine if they're going to put whatever that $8 million, whatever the advance was that they put in the ball boy pocket, I think the thought is we're buying this hit, this early hit, this throwback sound. This is ours. We'll be able to market and promote this as a Def Jam thing. And who knows? I don't know if this guy's got another record. I don't know if he's got a tweak or two, or if they're probably going to be a remix, I would imagine, with some type of, bop or something like that in that vibe. I could see them doing that, but at a certain point, I don't know. I as an artist, I don't know what the ball boy can offer.
Ball.
There is licensing, there's syncing, there's multiple things. And see, the thing is, and I'm gonna tell you, being a person who has ran into people with the money, but not the know-how, you having the money and all of that is great. I had, my manager, we're working on other outlets because yes, she has the money to finance a short film and get it to Sundance, but she doesn't know how to sell a TV show. She doesn't know how to do certain things, so we have to consult other people for those. So having the money, what they've effectively done now is that unless you're going to dump a shitload of money into it and just like pay for all of the ads, pay a marketing service yourself, you're going to end up spending way more than if you just went and worked with a concierge service, because that's how I view places like that now. A concierge and marketing service, to help you do that. Sometimes you're not, it's not about you. Yeah, anybody literally can put their music out now. You can go to DistroKid, and DistroKid will literally put it on every single platform.
Everywhere, yeah.
They're going to take all your shit.
And they're adding it to more platforms every day. It's not about that. But I was talking to a colleague of mine who used to
swerve on the corner.
Whoa. Other places. And he said literally they're about like 2,000 or this crazy number of songs that are put out per day.
That's great. That Tweaknik is great.
So it is
Tweaknik is good.
It's a lot of noise out there, and he happened to have enough money and enough cachet to grab the attention I personally think this was a smart move if he's trying to move forward and get himself ingratiated in a different way. Sometimes, we look at, it's the loan, this, and that, and it is a loan, but it's also other things that come with that you and your money just ain't gonna be able to buy.
So,
facts.
I don't mean to cut you short at the knees though, but my question to you is: are you taking LeVar's balls over Dragon's balls?
What?
No, I knew where he was going as soon as he said so.
Are you taking LeVar's balls over Dragon's balls? That's the conversation. That's what you walked in on.
That's where we started. That's where this conversation started.
I'll take any balls.
I know.
Hey.
All right.
I know
Hey.
that's. I know that's right.
No,
I know that's right.
I know that's right is not the name of the episode.
That is not the name of the episode.
I know that's right.
LeVar's balls is a little bit too young for me. I like my man seasoned and lived in a little
I
bit.
said LeVar.
That's long balls. That's long balls.
So whose ball?
LeVar ball.
Is the ball?
LeVar.
That's the ball.
That's the father. Yeah.
Yeah, I know LeVar.
God damn it! The ball. LeVar's balls are his kids.
The children.
I thought his kids came out his balls, son.
Well, I'm not a young people person.
No, but that's I think that's part of this conversation. Right? Like they really signed a guy who he used to play ball, and he's a ball. He's affiliated with the Ball family, but he really just got like a Nori record right now.
Okay, well, and that's fine because we live in an era where there's no such thing as bad attention, and I think we Cardi B and with some of these other people, you being this sound performing artist, nobody gives a fuck about that. It's only a few of them that cut through, and that actually do it. Doechii is a great example of that.
Doechii has got an interesting movement.
She's a great
right
example of a real artist cutting through. But
right.
The reality is the record business is holding on by a thread, and they're doing what they got to do to stay afloat. So if this kid is doing what he getting attention, getting the feed and all of that,
right?
They're gonna go after that.
Like you said, licensing that they could throw the Ball Boy song up on Fortnite and all
the
that.
$1 million.
So I'm sorry, I'm so late.
I don't want him to say
The Balls got they got a deal with Def Jam?
Yeah,
yes, one of the balls.
Just one.
One of the ball that he used to play basketball, but now the ball is rapping.
It used to be two balls on the Hornets. Now it's one ball on the Hornets. The other ball went to Def Jam.
Yeah, the ball on the Hornets got a Puma deal. The ball that's not playing basketball no more. He got a Def Jam deal because he got a record that sounded like Nelly from 23 years ago.
Yeah,
that's what's happening right now.
The balls make music.
Especially no man.
I love a musical ball. A musical ball is always a good ball.
It's like a metronome.
YouTube.com/Black Rasslin.
Yeah.
Every Thursday night. Always with the I needed this show.
Hey, have y'all been around here long enough to know like when Cuz make a face that he is going directly to the bush? Like you can see it.
You already know.
Like Cuz he come.
Yeah, go.
Yep.
Good. So
He leans in.
So what I want to know is
I got a question.
Right. Like
it's always
there's all kinds of kills, right? But is there a way to validate these kills? Like, can you test to kills? Like, you know what I mean? Like Cuz gonna get on some bullshit. Like,
can you test the kills? It's amazing.
Just like he was on some bullshit in that gym, beating up his daughter's boyfriend. We saw you. Phil Lewis saw you.
Was that
wait?
Is there footage?
He hit him with the God number of punches. That was what
why
Phil
is it
Lewis
7
said.
punches?
God number.
Was he giving them was he plucking them and giving a daily lesson with each pluck?
Yes.
Cipher. Divine.
Divine.
He hit him with today's math.
Knowledge.
How many was it? 7?
7. Yeah, he plucked him
It said
7 times.
7. It said
Power.
7.
What?
Refined.
What did he do?
Cold.
It
Yo,
was the
Method Man need Davis McLean, yo.
Yeah. Hold up.
can't.
Can I pull
can't.
up? God damn it.
I haven't had tears in my eyes for the beginning of an episode in a while. That's good.
Yeah. How come I can't?
Balls in the China shop.
7.
Oh,
Yep.
The balls in the China shop is good.
All right.
Method Man allegedly
balls.
punched his daughter's ex-boyfriend in the face 7 times at a Crunch Fitness gym on Staten
Why?
Island.
What did he do?
Why are you at Crunch?
A spokesperson for Meth,
Why are you at
they say they categorically denying the allegations. So is the ex-boyfriend
Oh, there's
tweaking?
video?
The assumption is he's probably out of town. He wasn't home.
Closed.
Was it in New York?
It says Staten Island, yeah. A
Oh,
closed
he was
fist
at his
7
own.
times.
Maybe he owns that
Patrick
Crunch.
Sequoia.
Maybe.
Hey, Vin, run by that Crunch. See
That's
who
the
owns
Crunch
it.
right there. Yeah,
Like
so
an
it's
old
by
man.
Wild Ave.
Wow, Ave.
That shit look like an
Go to
old
Wild
apartment
Ave.
building.
It's a crunch right there.
I'm definitely never
It probably
venturing
smelled
to
like the
Wild
cow.
Ave.
Yo, wild ass.
I'm trying to
All right.
Wild butt.
I'm trying to see what's going down on Wild.
That's old school.
Wild Bud is old school. Wild Bud is old school.
Hey, yo.
The rest of this are it's just some
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Almost.
Wild Bud
Sorry,
is
Cal.
crazy.
Sorry, Cal.
No, it's fine. No, it's Wild Bud is crazy. No, it's actually no, talking that tweaker talk. I'm glad DDM mentioned the not. You're not just buying a radio single. You're not just buying a hit, because you can take that song and put it other places. Like Fam was saying, it's not just the other people making music that these people competing with. And it's interesting that we got to this conversation, and I kind of wanted to get here at some point anyway. It's Thursday, so I think it was Tuesday night or Wednesday morning.
Tuesday night and Wednesday morning.
Tuesday night, I went to before I went to bed. I think I saw a report that said Drake withdrew the petition where he was calling out Spotify, UMG. Was Kendrick named in that one? I'm not sure, but it was definitely Spotify. It was definitely UMG. And I was like, oh, I guess that's it.
Yeah, I kind of don't think it was ever Kendrick with the legal stuff. It was always.
I don't think it was. It was.
Companies,
It was. And this is. So I went to bed. I think I woke up in the middle of the night, and it must have been when the news hit.
Taking that old man PP 3 hours in. I know. What that is.
Hey! Don't put my business out.
Waking up everybody in the house.
Nah, they know at this point. They're
It's
that's
loud as a bitch.
they recognize at this point. Nah, I got up and I checked my phone and it said Drake files lawsuit against UMG over Not Like Us. And it's been a lot of conversation. I spent part of today kind of shout out the Company Man on YouTube. Shouts out Wayno. Shouts out to a lot of these people who have connections and understanding with the industry to help go through these. I don't know how, I forgot how many paragraphs is in the PDF file, but that's a long ass document with the lawyers kind of breaking down how they see the battle from Drake's perspective, I guess, from Not Like Us on. And we've had this conversation offline a lot. The idea of, because at this point, that was a song where everybody was singing that Drake was a pedophile, or as they say on TikTok, a PDF file.
PDF.
A PDF.
That's
file.
crazy.
That's that. You can't say them words
Yeah.
anywhere, so you got to mask. You got to mask. But the beginning of his lawsuit, and this is kind of what I want to get into. Like, so I'm trying to understand what Drake is getting. Like, what's he trying to accomplish at the end of this lawsuit? Because he brings up the fact that it was within days of the release of the song. There were shootings outside of his house, and I believe bullets hit his door. He talked about how in the song there was a lot of that conversation of you see a PDF file, you beat his ass, and it got me thinking. Like on the Instagram reels, it's mad people who be they take their phone out, they set the people up, they set the PDF file up to see if they're gonna try and mess with a little underage, and then when they meet up with them at the 7-Eleven or the Walmart, they give them the beats.
The beats.
They give them, and it's hands, feet. They sleep outside.
Well, how is that no different than To Catch a Predator?
It's not.
Right.
It's not. But what I'm saying is, I say all this.
There.
I say all this to
At
say,
all.
what Drake is saying in the lawsuit is UMG knew what Kendrick wrote down on the pad to spit into the mic to put onto the beat, and knew that in the climate of the world, if you call somebody a PDF file, somebody's gonna try and shoot at their door, come beat their ass or whatever.
Respectfully, Drake is done to me. That's some pussy ass shit, and that's that. Like, I don't care what kind of legal gymnastics you go through to try to justify it. I'm sorry. I may be a lot of things, but I'm a boy from Northwest Baltimore, and there's a man code that you live by. There's a G code that you live by, and this nigga is violating also. Like, he is done for me. Niggas still want to support him, and that's just what it is. But this is some sucker ass shit. I don't care how you spin it. I don't care how you try to sell it. It's a level of honor for me. And as a person who did battle rap in my region and said some horrible things to people and got some unspeakable things said to me, we never took it this far. Number one, we didn't have the fucking money. Number two, it was rap. Even if it was personal. Okay, this is some sucker ass shit. It's no way that this is some pussy ass shit. This is some light skin ass shit. This is some.
Whoa.
I'm not light skin.
Swerve about the combo. Whoa.
We're gonna swerve about that.
It's crazy to me, and it especially in this climate. It's like, oh, they knew what they were going to do, nigga. What are you going to get? Half of LA is in fucking ashes. Like it's more like niggas really need to put shit into perspective about life.
Right.
You're doing somebody wasting resources. Drake, you know what would make you look good right now? Donating money and water to the people in Los Angeles. You know what would make you look good right now? If you had boots on the ground in that area. You look like a fucking lame. And
they would spin that against him too. They would spin all that stuff against him too.
I don't know how you can spin that one.
You talk about all they try to do is make up for losing that Drake. That's what.
But at least he's helping people. This is not helping anybody. This is clogging up the court system for bullshit. It's bullshit.
Because UMG is probably gonna file. They're gonna countersue. I would imagine, right?
I don't.
What's the suit?
So he can be.
I think the suit would be trying to counteract everything that they're saying, because if you go through what Drake says, he's going line by line and either referencing theories about what Kendrick's been doing with UMG, or tying it specifically to acts of violence perpetuated towards Drake.
But can't Kendrick Lamar and Kendrick Lamar's wife do the exact same thing to Drake?
They could,
yes.
Yeah.
Because there were allegations of abuse.
But he's not filing a lawsuit against. He's not filing a lawsuit against them. He's actually, you know what I mean?
Right. But
that's the sucker part.
Yes.
In my opinion, because I feel like if he went after Kendrick, that'd be something different.
Piece of sham.
Way worse. I think it'd be way worse.
Ja didn't even sue. It's funny.
It will still be sucking shit if he sued Kendrick.
Yeah.
It would be way worse if he sued Kendrick.
It would be way worse. It's one thing but I think that's why he's suing the record company, because
that's sucker shit too, though.
But what I'm saying, he's drawing a level of conspiracy with what happened here, and he's saying the end result of that conspiracy is physical harm. That's what the lawsuit is saying. That's why he's suing them. But to Fam's point, if he sued Kendrick, if he lost the battle in the public's eye and then said, "Hey, I'm going to sue this nigga who said all this stuff about me in all these tracks that everybody been streaming the whole time," that would look worse. That's exciting. Where have you ever heard somebody suing over losing the battle?
These skills. That's why he's doing it. These skills.
Here's the thing, Kyle. The general public, to me, they all look at this shit as the same way. They're not be like, "Oh, he sued the record label." This shit all looks the same to them. It's about the optics. Like, to me, this speaks about a character issue. And as a man, I now understand why a lot of these ladies curved you. I totally understand it. I get it now, because if you're like this, you're coming across like this to people who don't know you in real life. We don't know what he does behind closed door, what he eats for breakfast every day. We don't know none of that. But if this is what we're getting from this, now I understand why Rihanna did you the way that she did. Now I understand why all of these girls said, "Nah, I'm good," because you are a sucker.
That.
Yeah.
So you saying he's not one of LeVar's balls?
See how he leans in? He leans in.
See? Now you see it. Now you see it.
You say it. Now you can't.
I feel like Charlie Clips. Charlie Clips is a 4-bar setup, punchline. 4-bar setup, punchline.
Piece of Donnie.
I have also studied battle rap.
Of course. That's why we have to have this conversation here. Now, piece of Donnie in the chat. Donnie said, this is an interesting point. From what I was watching a Company Man video, he did like an hour about all this stuff. Apparently, there are theories going around that maybe that first time that Drake got his house shot up, it had no relation to Not Like Us, because apparently The Weeknd had a very similar situation happen to him a week before, and he wasn't one of the only ones in Canada. So it's hard to tell, but there's a lot in that lawsuit that you could, again, Kendrick Lamar is a very good writer. And the same way people on the timeline flip lines 50 different ways, there's 50 different ways that are interpreted of that one song in that lawsuit. Some of it is real. I think some of it is a little reachy. But again, there's a narrative that is being, told in this lawsuit that I think Drake is trying to use to get out of that UMG deal.
He wasn't really harmed that much by Pusha T. It's a difference.
Facts.
Kendrick is a real threat.
I also think it's because they're not on the same. They don't have the same distributor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pusha T was on where? Sony.
I don't know. It's only really, but only so many distributors.
Right. Pusha T may be on, but he was on Def. He's on Def Jam now.
Isn't he on Good Music?
That's UMG.
Yeah, distributed by UMG.
Yeah, so that's all them. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's still UMG, then yeah, you got a good point there, Ken Lewis. But I assume they were on two separate joints, and he didn't, like Dab said, it wasn't enough to ruin his legacy.
The other thing in the lawsuit that they did point out was because Kendrick had just ended his deal with Top Dog and Universe or whatever that situation was, and he signed whatever deal essentially to put these records and whatever he's worth and GNX and all that out on streaming. So when I talk about Drake like working on a conspiracy in the lawsuit, like a lot of what happened in the last year that you saw with Kendrick going from not having a deal to now having the biggest rap hit of 2024 out, that's all wrapped up in the lawsuit as well.
I just think this is like
sorry.
No, go ahead, baby.
That's it.
No, that was
He's a hater.
Honestly, I hate giving this man press.
When the battle first started, I asked a question. I said, because people didn't seem like they cared. Matter of fact, everybody said, "Hey, we not worrying about this talk," because we was in Philly. Peace to Kill.
Whoa.
We swerved it. We swerved over to Philly to eat them cheesesteaks, and that was the day when Kendrick dropped the verse on Like That to start this whole thing. We've been, and when I asked on the pod, everybody said, "Nah, don't even worry about it." Now, I will say this: the timing is interesting for two reasons. Although the Fires kind of pushed some stuff back, Super Bowl's happening. We got weeks away. The question has been: it's not like us going to be played at the Super Bowl, and the Grammys is coming up too. It's not like
no. Grammys got pushed back, right? I thought the Grammys got postponed.
Grammy said, I think they keeping it gangster.
What I'm saying is that stuff like there's two
LL
very
didn't lose the MOD.
Facts. There's two very big musical moments for Kendrick Lamar that could include this song coming up. I'm not saying he did that because of that, but the timing is very interesting. Like if you want to kind of put the kibosh on a lot of what's going on before these next steps for this record, you want to do this and say it was a big conspiracy.
Before. Whoa.
Y'all ever y'all watched Eddie Murphy Raw, right?
Yes.
Y'all remember the story about his auntie falling down the steps?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I think past getting into any of the stuff back and forth, Drake's biggest misstep here is everybody that you mentioned who's taken a clear L in rap has gone away for a bit.
Yes.
Drake keep trying to break the fall. But he's trying to break the fall with everything but the only thing that can help an artist who has had everything bad happen for him. The only thing get you out of this stuff is good music. And he's not trying to do that. He's doing everything but. And he's breaking the goddamn fall. He clutching, he grabbing the kids and the dog and the chair rail on the way down the steps. And he's killing himself. Like listen, the way the actual battle part of it before the things got weird. That one night that we got the what was the record with the 3 beat switches?
Family Matters.
Family Matters, and then
Meet the Grams.
And Meet the Grams came out right after it to stomp it out. That was great.
Yeah.
I've hated every single thing that has happened in this battle since then. For me, I feel like I lost this battle, right? For the first part is I've been, and I was just telling my son, Kendrick before you was born, little nigga. You know what I'm saying? Section 80 and Rigor Mortis is my favorite Kendrick Lamar song.
Love Rigor Mortis, yeah.
This beef killed Section 80 and To Kill a Butterfly to Pimp a Butterfly. All that part of Drake, that part of Kendrick, that part of the music he makes is gone. Now we getting this GFX stuff for because it's so not only do people, it's getting a good reception, it's his biggest success now.
He bopping, right? He's bopping.
He was like, now. I used to rhyme like Common Sense, but I killed Drake and I ain't been rapping since like Common Sense.
And I just been bopping since.
And I'm heartbroken because now I know I'm not gonna get no more of the Kendrick music that I like.
I don't think that's accurate.
What?
I don't think that's accurate, cuz.
Okay, why not?
Because the Baby King shit was huge. The shit with Baby King was huge. You probably didn't listen to it.
No. Yes. I heard it all the time. You gotta remember.
Oh yeah, that's
Lil Yo.
That was a Drake diss too, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of it was.
The flow was there was a lot of references in and out of that.
But I think he's still sticking with the change because it's been changing ever since Section
Baby
80.
Keem?
It's something different. No, since Section 80, it's always been something different. So I just think that this is just a moment in time. He's going to get back to what he does best. It's not, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's over. I don't think he's going to keep giving you GNX, GXN,
bopping,
ESPN. I don't think we're going to continue to get this, even though it is.
But look what that record does for the West Coast.
It's dope,
right?
It's dope West Coast music.
That's what I'm saying. It's Kendrick did something more than just kill Drake.
Nah, he
woke up the West Coast. He galvanized the West Coast. He almost can't afford to go back to I got something. I want to talk to my dog. No, nigga.
Well, he's about to be on tour.
You done woke up, god dang, the whole West Coast.
Yeah,
baby, you are beholden to being the king of the West. He is the king of the West Coast.
They're beefing right now. Joey Badass came out and reignited his beef since the Goldberg. But now, like daylight, and it's like there's a lot of West Coast fans that are responding to that. Like it's, I think it's fair. Well, but again, remember,
I like Joey Badass.
No disrespect to Joey Badass, but that
hey
King
Vaughn,
of the West,
I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, give me a second. Vaughn, your last few tweets here have been completely ridiculous. Listen, I like both of these guys. I like both of these guys' music. I don't like Drake's albums, but he's got songs, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I love that. There are at least 3 some arguable classics in Kendrick. Like, I like both of these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
This nigga's
the interesting things that Vaughn has said. He says Drake could never do a Luther Vandross sample. That's the kind of songs that Drake made. Like, listen, he got washed here and he looks bad on the way out and he's playing himself. But I'm not gonna let nobody lie now. Come on now. He's not a Hall of Famer.
You can't lie.
Let's not lie here. Like, yes, it's okay to be like, yo, he got trash. He is looking stupid.
Hall of Fame artist.
What?
I wouldn't put him in like a hip hop guy.
Well, I think the thing with Drake is it's always that.
That's
line,
the name of the
right?
episode. That is the name of the episode right there.
he's definitely getting it. He's got the numbers to get into a Hall of Fame, but I think because of the way that he's been on top so long, and these universal deals, and when you start talking about people like Lucien Grange and the idea of what being next to the right people in the industry can do for you as one of the biggest artists to keep you on top, there's a outside of all of this PDF file and Kendrick stuff, there is a genuine backlash to Drake because Drake has been on top for so long. The last couple albums, I mean, just because of what I do for work, critically, there have been questions about there's too many songs. There have been questions about the hits ain't hitting like they was hitting back in the day, and some people they talk about the content and how he sounds about talking about women and things like. There's been a growing disdain on certain levels for Drake, which when you get someone like Kendrick and saying, "Hey,
excuse me,
that's the 69 god right there."
Who are you pointing at?
He was pointing up to Toronto.
Yeah, I was pointing at the
He's pointing to Toronto.
But at a certain point, it's like it's one of them perfect storms.
Put him away, cuz.
And yeah, for real, them shiny busts. Wait, DD, what you? Matter of fact.
I ain't getting it set yet. I gotta get my Royal Rumble set one.
You just still got a Christmas tree on it.
Oh no! Don't play with me.
Yeah, he got it's the galaxy on them.
Nigga said it's still out of this world, nigga.
Me. Come on, baby. Yeah.
Grimy buffs. Grimy buffs.
Cal bit his.
No,
I got white nails.
Gnarl them shits, yo.
They say white nails means you got money.
Shit.
I'm poor.
I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. DDM, you gotta leave soon, right?
Yeah, I have to go to the studio.
Christ. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time to talk about Cameron and Jim Jones right now, only because there's been, and I mean, this is Black Rasslin. Let me get this off the screen. It is Black Rasslin, but it was two fairly important white people to like certain sectors of the people that passed away today. Rest in peace, Bob Uecker.
Yeah, man.
I mean, like a legit
Wesley
WWE Hall of Famer. If you and you was watching WrestleMania back in his day, he brought that. I mean, it's funny. I'm not saying he's a Joe Tessitore or whatnot, but the fact that he had been like a legit baseball guy for so many years.
No. He is a legend. Milwaukee Brewers announcer. No, legend, official legend.
When I searched Bob Uecker, all I was seeing was it may have been 3 or 4 different Brewers accounts. What I'm saying is, when they brought him to the WrestleMania, part of that was because that was that real sports shit. Like the spectacle for pro wrestling, he was that outside boy. It was just the fact that he was funny to the motherfuckers.
Wesley Favre, that's Wesley Favre, man.
Wesley Favre.
Mr. Belvedere. If you watch Major League, he was the announcer for the Indians all over that. Yeah, there's like classic commercials with him where you. Go check his hall. He's a funny dude. Go check. I think he got inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame 2010.
His voice. He's got like one of those like perfect announcer voices. Like
when you think about the baseball announcer, especially someone with some wit, he's kind of the person.
Big Bob.
DDM, are you a David Lynch? You watch any David Lynch?
Did he do what's that? Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks.
Laura Connor.
Yes, Laura Palmer.
Same thing.
Same difference.
The basis for Atlanta. One of the major bases for Atlanta.
One of the oddball creative genius that created Twin Peaks and a bunch of other things. David Lynch passed away today at 78.
Damn. He was young.
Well, it was ill because back in August he tweeted that he had emphysema. But David Lynch, like if you go back and watch him like talk about his life or anything, he's very matter of fact, very straightforward. He's like, look, I like smoking. I like a cup of coffee, a donut, and a cig. Like he was very much, again, 70. He's very from one of the Americana dudes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of his content, especially with like detective stuff, was very much steeped in the cigarettes and the coffee and what happens in that type of discourse. Like, but he was also just like a very left field dude. But it's crazy to think that at the time Twin Peaks was very cultish, but.
Yeah. If y'all ever smoke cigarettes? Anybody here? Yo, cigarettes deads your taste buds.
Oh yeah,
like
it's a wrap. Yeah.
Deads them. So like when you get that strong, a little bit burnt coffee, like that super sweet, it like reminds. Oh yeah, I can taste stuff. That little combination, boy. When you a smoker, man, I smoked for like 10 years. Yeah, I used to smoke for us, and then Danya told me that she was pregnant, and I was like, nah.
I literally stopped.
Newports or Marlboros?
Oh, Newports. What?
Marlboros.
I'm not an animal.
I
smoked them goddamn nasty cowboy killers. Somebody offer you a non-menthol cigarette, you a menthol cigarette smoker, boy.
Rest in peace, David Lynch. When I was smoking cigarettes for like 3 years, I was smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
If I did not have like a menthol cigarette on me, whatever what I was smoking at the time, and they're not good. There's some of the like grab the exhaust pipe off a car and just pull off that for a minute. But the Marlboro Red. is probably strength level to where like that Newport was. But it's like you don't get the flavor. It's literally just
ain't no menthol.
It's America. Here, smoke this tobacco. It's sad, but I think menthol's dead, right?
Somebody said cigarettes is crazy.
They've been actively trying to get rid of menthol, especially in the black community, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a minute. It's been like 20 some years since I like legit smoked a cigarette.
It's been 16. It was 16 November 1st.
Do Black and Miles count?
Yeah, that's funny.
Straight.
Yo, Black and Miles is so harsh.
Black and Miles?
Straight.
Yes.
What you mean straight?
Like you're not using it for the roll up.
Nah, you don't roll
No,
up with
you
Black
can't
Miles. They
roll
burn.
up.
They don't. They don't.
But
burn
wait, y'all
with it.
don't reg the Black and Mild? Yeah, I'm about to say you at least
Freak.
gotta
We
do-
call it freaking them.
You
We don't
freak
freak
it.
'em.
Yeah, freak
We don't
it
freak 'em.
depends on where you be at. Yeah, I'm with you. You gotta do what you gotta do. You take the Yamin paper out. They say you take the cancer paper out. Yeah, you take the cancer paper out is what they said.
That's exactly what it was said. That was that. Yes.
Take the cancer. I never did all that. That's a lot.
It is.
I don't know if I ever smoked a Camel, to be
They
honest.
started gluing them, so it was hard.
They did stuff.
Started gluing them bitches, and then they give you the wood tip.
Hey yo,
The wine, they got the wines as well, but yeah, they do.
I would like a wood tip. I would like a wood tip.
Yeah.
The balls. She said. I'm sorry, Didi. I'm sorry, Didi.
What
Is
you
it-
apologize to me for?
I quit.
Because I know you got to go, and I don't, we sit here yammering
Hold
about
on. Dap, you
balls
leaving.
and
Oh,
wood
shit.
tips.
Dap leaving, so I gotta take. Hold on.
Wood tip over here. Wood
There we
tip.
go. I'm half Dap.
Dap don't care what you doing.
Right.
Dap do not give a
Hedges
shit.
is
You
strong.
sound-
Benson and Hedges.
Jeez. Yo,
Benson and
Benson and
Hedges.
Hedges was always smoked by like a light skinned woman with a deep voice, and her hair was never done. Baby, I told you yesterday you can't come by here with that. You know what I mean? I know somebody like it. She got that little light mustache.
I used to work with a lady like that. Yeah,
With the light
Couple of-
mustache.
She either smoked the Virginia Slims.
Virginia
Benson and
Slims,
Hedges
yeah.
or Virginia Slims.
Virginia Slims. Yeah, I work with two different women at two different
Yeah.
jobs.
No, Dap, I got you. Don't
That's
worry
good.
about it. I got you.
Do I need some? I need to get some prescription. Y'all means for Vegas.
Yeah.
No, these are my migraine glasses.
Those help.
Yeah, they're FL41 lenses, so they block out, neutralize harmful rays of light on the spectrum.
You put them on in the booth.
I put them on in life because when I go through my cluster headache season, it can be quite
Oh.
treacherous.
So you don't need glasses though.
No, I don't need glasses to see, but I need them to block out for my migraines.
Yeah, these my cock blockers.
Where you get them from?
Somebody pocketbook.
Upstairs.
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
It was
said,
on top
yoink.
of the refrigerator.
These look good. These look
So I'm
good.
assuming these are Moo-Moos.
Stealing.
Moo-Moo's favorite. Moo-Moo just told me her favorite wrestler was Jay Uso, so we now call her Muso.
That deserves some hand praise for. I like Muso. Muso may be the name of the episode. That's
Shout
what
out to
one. That's what 1 O or 2 U's.
I just did want to address
All
it.
of them.
I just
All of
wanted
them. What's
Yeah.
up?
to let it die.
2 O's, 3 U's.
Muso.
Does WWE own NWA? They don't, right?
No,
No.
Smashing Pumpkins Joe owns NWA.
Billy Corgan. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's music.
Like exclusively. I think that's all him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Billy Corgan.
WWE owns all the old footage from WCW.
Yeah, they own the catalog though.
Oh, okay.
And I
Shout out
guess
to Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson.
the only other NWA that be out there would be when was it Impact? Impact might have a good cluster NWA. And Muso.
Yeah, that's Mew.
Isn't Impact TNA now?
Yes.
Yeah.
When AJ Styles was NWA champion, he was in TNA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same
All
with
right,
Archer.
folks. Well, I'm
Archer.
gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm working on something really, really cool, BRP universe for WrestleMania season that I can't wait to share with you guys. And I hope I will send it to y'all tonight after I finish so y'all can hear.
Okay.
It ain't though, so don't play with me.
Nah, it ain't mixed. So I'm gonna put it on the SoundCloud. Don't worry.
Right.
No, that shit going straight to the street.
Straight bootleg, and we gonna put them on CDs and sell them on a blanket downtown.
We got that $20. That DDM single, $20.
Hot off the press.
Find me a African nigga with a lack of mustache like Kofi Kingston and get him to sit on that blanket with them feet out.
Like it's gonna fly away.
This is my blanket. Don't you see here? I am selling stuff here. Don't you get away from here? Go from me. Go from me now.
We gonna
All right, Dad. All right, Dad.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed card of All-Star Wrestling.
Peace. Welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast. The one thing I didn't mention, and I'm only going to mention it now because you got less than 5 days.
There's only 5 days left.
There's only 5 days left.
Only 5 days left.
I was on Instagram or I was on Facebook the other day, and I got an alert that 6 years ago was when we first put the Yamins up for pre-order. And this one put up an image, and folks was like, "Nah, do that." So we did it. You know where we stand.
That.
You know where we talk about that Red X. BlackRasslin.BigCartel.com. Grab your you know where you stand hoodies right now. Tuesday, Wednesday, they're gonna be gone Wednesday.
They're gone.
If you watch this now, if you listen to this on the pod, and it's cop.
Shout out to Kels.
Peace to Kels. Peace to everybody's cop so far.
Yeah.
Peace to everybody's cop so far.
Kevis, I ain't forget you, Kevis. We know you signed up. You was one of the only niggas that hit us when we asked for people to send their sizes and shit. You was one of the few people that listen. Don't worry.
Do remember. Welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast. It's your boy Cal. As you can see, I ain't got no title. I just got a bunch of sneakers and my Black Rasslin hoodie. This is a 6-year-old hoodie.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. No, it is crazy. Piece of DDM. As you can see, the squad is on the line. Mimi.
Yeah.
Say what's good to the people, yo.
What's good, people? What's good? Thank you so much for joining us tonight and tuning in. Holla.
Champ.
IlFam79 on your social media choice. Real quick. I read this good book. Good book says you cannot serve two masters. You cannot. Right? You cannot serve two masters.
Word.
So, FYI, you cannot be out here promoting people clutching to a good old boy system, right? You cannot promote sticking to the good old boy system and at the same time saying you're raising the level and the visibility of Black pro wrestling. You cannot do both.
Facts.
You're either serving the good old boys or you serving the people.
Facts.
IlFam79 on your social media choice.
1000% facts.
Brother Mav.
Cal.
What's poppin', yo?
Cal.
What's poppin', yo? This is watch.
You know what it is.
What time it is.
Cal.
What's up?
My juxtaposition sitting in the corner quietly.
Oh shit!
Aiming at whoever was aiming at simplifying me.
Uh oh.
Damon, nah, Damon.
He said
Damon.
don't give him too much.
That nigga started off like he had that hat on in that you know the hat in the cipher, that goddamn Eminem hat.
I'm ready. I'm sitting. And then he stopped.
Son, yo,
like what the fuck?
yo, my metaphysical.
Yeah,
Wait.
my metaphysical.
Yeah. Don't lyrical miracle. Wait, did y'all see the Nigel Sylvester bike air
With Lux?
with Mook and Lux? They did a whole. They had a they. I guess the runway for the presentation was in between two groups of people having dinner, but the visual of Mook and Lux battle rapping in that, man, come on.
Niggas don't understand that kind of shit.
Hey man, I've studied battle rap.
Been here before.
Yeah.
I've been here before. I made a.
Oh, that's a t-shirt. Like, God dang it. It's so many L's, yo. It's so many L's.
Studied this shit.
I'm making that. I've studied battle rap. I've studied battle rap shirt. I'm making one of them.
I'm with it. I am with it. I probably should be starting this week's conversation about Raw with an obvious. I mean, CM Punk and Drew and Seth Rollins. They was like, "Yo, we about to be in that Royal Rumble, motherfucker. We about to be 6 or 7 of your favorite superstars up in that Royal Rumble, motherfucker." It's ill. It's so ill. But you know what I want to talk about right now?
Go ahead.
Motherfucking Penta. Penta.
My nigga Cal was in his bag, B.
When Michael Cole said the worst kept secret, yes. But how did this? I guess it's been weeks since they've been doing them little videos on Raw. But it looked like it was like the eyes. I guess the way they have the logo was like the eyes one week, the outline one week, like because the mouth I think spells out Penta or something like that. So like they were giving you the pieces, but before the week before it.
Yeah, last week they just had Penta on. It just said Penta.
It just said Penta. So if you were confused, you may not have been paying attention. I mean, I
wasn't paying attention because I thought it was a lie.
They've been quick.
Going.
I think I missed the first weeks. I was doing something and I wasn't paying attention to what the visual was on the TV screen. But when I looked on the timeline, they said Penta. I said Penta, and it made sense. Apparently, from what I was reading, Penta signed this deal within weeks of his previous deal expiring. I don't remember what the date of that is, but the conversation had been for a minute that WWE was high on the Lucha Bros. Before this, we were previously talking about the Ray Phoenix stuff because Ray Phoenix is he's still, I believe, still under contract with AEW because of his injuries and whatever situation. He's still got to finish out his contract. I'm glad that they were able to bring Penta over. It was Monday. I guess it was late Monday morning. Shout out Lovely. Peace of Lovely. I saw on Instagram, WWE shop said, hey, it's a picture of Penta. They said, go to the WWE shop. We got shirts. We got a $75 mask. And there was no announcement whatsoever of Penta being there. Did they fumble? Was that like, did somebody schedule the post early? That because there's been some talk saying that like they called it a happy accident with the insinuation that they think that stuff was released prematurely or mistakenly. And
what time was it?
It was
in the morning, right?
It was like 10, 11, something like that. I want to say by 11 on the East Coast. Yeah. I saw it late though. I saw it maybe an hour or two late.
Yeah, I saw it a little late as well. I wonder if they somebody just fucked up the timestamp on when to drop the bitch.
But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. And
I had already put it out the last week.
What again? But and I don't Mimi. I don't remember if this was talked about on a Turnbuckle Talk on Tuesday. But the idea, and maybe Corey mentioned it, but like the idea of surely when people show up to San Jose, you would think that there's a strong possibility if Penta's going to be there, they'd probably be selling merch.
Yes.
At the
Before
stadium. Mhm.
before the show starts. So you could, it could have got leaked even if they said nothing. It could have got leaked within an hour and a half or whatever before the show. So I mean, what you're kind of in between a rock and a hard place, no? You might as well just say fuck it.
Just drop the whole.
Yeah, they were talking about it on the timeline for months. I feel like.
Yeah, it's and they. So we get. They apparently the merch sales are good. They said the early talk about the merch sales are good. Chad Gable, white fist in the air in the ring. Whole stadium went black. That entrance came, and Penta was Penta. It was I was so.
She was fire.
I've been waiting to see Penta. I was thinking about it. Like a lot of people probably only know Penta being a tag team wrestler unless you've been watching Lucha Underground or CMLL. Like he had a brief stint in Impact, right? He was a champion down there.
Yeah, he was champion in Impact.
I like seeing Penta solo.
So when I saw him, it was Lucha Underground, and me watching Lucha Underground was
sporadic.
It was sporadic. So I never saw him with Ray. You know what I mean? That was I always saw him solo. So when they were like, "Yo, the Lucha Bros," I'm like, "Who?
What is going on there?" Yeah,
him and Ray Benzino.
Finding out that was his brother, and he was going ham.
Like, so don't that make Shorty his niece then, right?
Yep.
Shorty had the song with Busta.
Yeah.
What is her name? Shit.
Coyle Ray?
Coyle Ray. Coyle Ray is Penta's niece.
Yep.
Really?
Niggas wrestling on Monday night. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. Money.
No, but if you call him anyway, Ray Benzino. I would never claim to be no Ray Benzino. I'm sorry. That match.
Penta is a made man.
Bimmy and Jimmy Lucha.
Bimmy and Jimmy is one of my favorite video game references.
Bimmy and Jimmy is crazy. There were a couple. They wrestled a very solid match. I felt bad. Like how did Alvarez put it? The ropes in WWE are like they're not the cables like they are in some other spots. Because like he tried to spring off the rope.
No sir.
It wasn't springing.
Yeah, it was a couple of little like. He gonna tighten that up.
It was a little learning curve.
But you know what that did, right?
Excitement. It's excitement.
That's a good point.
Did y'all saw what that did though, right? Those little spaces. So maybe you didn't. Everybody kind of exists, within what their algorithm shows them. Of course, the folks that follow WWE and a lot of folks are new to Penta, and they're like, "Yo, this is exciting. This is great." And of course, Shorty G is an amazing worker, so they had a good match.
Yeah.
The niggas that were a little tight that he is gone from AEW panned the match.
Really?
Like, yeah. That side of the universe really was like, oh, this is sloppy. I hope this isn't indicative of what this is going to be moving for. Yeah.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. It was.
That's interesting.
It's funny to see. It's funny to see that side of the internet get so angry that somebody else is on the other side doing something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't expect it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because everybody I talked to was super excited about it. I thought it was dope.
Right.
But I definitely saw that other side of the game. Niggas was definitely hating hard.
And it was such a good moment for him. Like, think about the again, they talk about him going over. I've not heard anything about him getting any heat for that, but he cut such an impassioned promo in English and Spanish. He was talking about how this is what happens when you let a Mexican go out there and do their thing when they got when they determine. He said it was the new Penta era, just like it's the new Netflix era. Like
he was the new WWE.
I don't. The
Mhm.
crowd, we didn't get a proper zero miedo. Like when he went to do it, Yamin grabbed his arm and they just started grabbing. I think the crowd's got to get on because the cats that knew.
Yeah.
But we got to get that. I'm waiting to see what WrestleMania gonna be. I need a mask.
Listen, what you need the mask for?
Mind your business.
Yeah.
What that
Shit,
man do in the sanctity
That's
of
all
his
the mask you
room.
need.
Well, yeah, because my beard like free, you know.
That's
They
all, man.
gotta kill the witnesses because Cal's beard sticking
Cal's
out.
beard.
Facts,
sticking out.
especially with that shit got the flaps on it.
You got the tongue to go with it?
Hey.
Yeah, I had to do that.
That was funny. That was funny. Nah, that was funny. You got that off me. You got that off. Now I'm gonna play this clip just because I think it's very funny. It's very quick. WWE YouTube, don't get mad at me.
Chill out.
This my favorite moment. There was a moment where because Penta was selling his leg throughout the entire match. When after Shorty G took his leg and slammed it up against the post, that Penta said,
Penta, smart move by Gable.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that with the mustard on it?
No.
Mustard.
That's funny.
Somebody did
That's
that,
funny.
and then somebody put like a horror film scream over that joint.
Yeah,
that had me chuckling. Yeah, I thought it was. Listen, the way now that one spot where he went over and it looked like Shorty G was supposed to catch him.
We ain't catch him at all.
I don't know. No, he just hit the floor.
Yeah, he just.
I
hit the
said,
floor.
"Oh,
yeah,
yikes!"
that was rough.
And so after that spot, I believe that leg. Oh,
Yeah.
I knew he was hurt. I was like, nah, not the first night.
He hit that floor
God,
for real,
this is-
for real.
That nigga hit all floor.
Yeah.
But shouts to Jack's pack because that Mexican destroyer. Where's that shot?
Destroyer is crazy.
This shit. It was like he started from the one corner.
It looked like our nigga wake up from, you know what I mean? Wake up in the morning. My niggas wake up in the morning.
Dang, girl, you see how you got me?
What's wrong with Vin? What's wrong with Vin?
That's that Mexican destroyer. Nah.
Roll right
Get
over,
Vin out the
put that
chat.
on the
Get
back,
Vin out
yeah.
the chat.
That's his normal. He's being normal.
Vin is vinning.
This is normal Vin.
Jesus Christ. I need to play that finish because I thought he got injured. Big E style real. Nah, he sold the hell out. Shorty G sold the hell out of that match. I'm sorry.
That's what he's gonna be.
This is his ceiling. I don't know if a Shorty G is ever going to win an IC title. If he wins that IC title, he may be retiring that year.
Yikes!
It's not gonna happen.
Like people like this is the thing I've had. This is what I'm coming to grips with though, because like I've had to get used to this, right?
La Raza.
Peace to La Raza, Viva La Raza.
La Raza.
But that's what
Oh.
that's what made this moment so important. You know what I mean? It's not too many people that have been able to have a path like Pentagon, where he was in Mexico just playing gimmicks like, you know, hey, we got to have a baby face. We're going to have a heel that's the mirror version of that. He ended up just inheriting that from a tradition of octagons versus pentagons down in Mexico from like 20, 30 years. It just so happened, one of the things that I love, Mimi says all the time, the difference between certain wrestlers is you take whatever gimmick you're given and you turn that shit into shit. I don't think when they gave him Pentagon Jr., I don't think they was expecting this.
No, they thought he was gonna be scared. That's where the Cero Miedo comes from.
No fear.
They thought he was gonna be cursed like the rest of them, right?
It's ill. Well, that was the thing, because there was a situation one of them had in the ring. There was an accident and dude didn't make it out the ring in this whole Pentagon Octagon, you know, legacy. So like there's real meaning behind a lot of these words. That's why seeing it. That's why his daughter being at ringside face full of tears, but her phone up because she got to capture the moment of her pops being in that WWE ring fight. Like that shit really means something. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why I can't look at somebody and be like, yo, they did that. It was too long, or that match was like something happened in that ring. I don't know what Penta's future is going to be, but there was a reason why this happened on the second Raw on Netflix and not the Raw debut on Netflix. If you think that could have fit on that show and had the same impact, I don't know what to tell you.
That first one was different.
It felt like a PLE. This felt like a Raw.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
But this felt like a dope debut on a Raw. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Penta's future is. The only other talk outside of that conversation was there's some dirt sheets are trying to confirm reports of his initial match was supposed to be Penta and Ray versus the New Day, which we've heard weeks ago. But
what was wasn't it supposed to be some kind of special guest? Remember, it was like him and a hidden opponent, right?
Ray said that on TV. Yeah,
they showed the graphic and everything because there's an account of the anonymous
vacant
person, vacant, and he was like, you can't wait to see me in my match. I didn't expect to see one of those this soon into the new era of Raw.
Right.
Like this early, like, no, never mind.
I mean,
pay no attention to what we said last week. Like I didn't, it was very early.
At a certain point though, it's kind of, I don't think it's going to be the last. We could probably get.
Oh yeah. Car subject to change.
There and like deals are happening. We ain't in NXT yet, but like I think Royal Rumble's coming. There's partnerships happening with WWE all over. I think expect to see more vacant versus superstars coming in to your Netflix or your USA for SmackDown or whatever the case may be. CW. Look, that CW is about to be a problem. We'll talk about them in a little bit. What else happened on? Well, again, Punk, McIntyre, and Rollins join a group of men who are scheduled for the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble. Jey Uso is a part of that group. Cena, LA Knight, and Roman Reigns. Like that's a fairly I saw somebody made assumptions about the Men's Rumble. And we're talking Malachi Black being done with AEW, with Omos and Obafemis and Trick Williams and a bunch of people kind of just marinating in the WWE universe. There's a lot of potential for. I don't want to say that anybody really feels like they have a lock to win that match right now.
It's all over the place.
You just don't know.
CM Punk is closest.
Yes. It's out of him and John Cena with me.
CM Punk, he's the one that's talking about it the most.
How difficult would it be to turn? Like, I feel like these niggas love. Like, Punk is old. Punk is the most over he's been his entire career right now.
Yeah.
He's the most, and niggas have loved Punk. They was ready for him to come from the indies and with the Pepsi tattoo, and we know him from the internet, and they loved him when he was brown suit. We know brown suit Punk was a killer. Like, anyway, we know brown suit Punk and all that, and even I'm about to leave and I'm gonna take the belt and take it to goddamn Stadium. All that was great. Even the comeback in AEW that night, the Chicago joint, and they was going crazy and the little man crying and stuff.
A little man crying.
It took all that to get this nigga. This nigga is out of this world.
Yeah.
Like, Punk going crazy right now. I don't know. It's going to take an act of God for them to boo him, and it would be a terrible idea anytime soon. But it needs to happen because CM Punk,
How do you?
as a heel is
I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's gonna be a while. It's got to happen.
Do you
I
think?
don't think he got that. I don't think he has that much time left for that to happen.
Do you think? Because again, 2025 is a lot going on this year. We talked about. I already mentioned everybody was in the Royal Rumble. Do you think if CM Punk said, "Man, fuck John Cena," my time is now.
The crowd might say "F that nigga,"
They're gonna
cuz
chill.
He beat John Cena ass when John Cena's about to have that moment. You don't think they would boo CM Punk?
No, they're gonna boo John Cena. Don't nobody want to see this shit.
That's
Like,
the last
no.
time you may see Cena. You literally.
Yo,
Can it be the last time I see Punk?
no.
What's his
Get
deal?
that milky white shit off my screen.
Hey yo,
I don't want to see. I do not want
hey
to see.
yo.
Are you not you not watching
God.
WWE no more?
I like milkshakes.
Hey,
One more
yo.
time, I got you. 2 for 1. Get both of them out of here.
What I'm saying is, I do not want to see pale John Cena on the screen, my nigga.
You got that.
Milky White stuff. What was
What
wrong?
you
Nah.
mean?
Nah,
Why would you
it's
say
You
something
got
like
that.
no.
He was the second person to declare for the Rumble only because nobody cared about Ali.
I booed that shit too.
All right, Miss Awesome Saucy.
Shut up.
I booed that. I don't want to see that shit.
I need an RAO button. That's what I need. I gotta find an RAO.
Wait a minute. Where Ken Lewis been?
Ken Lewis been
Blue
on the
Chew?
timeline. I ain't see Blue Chew.
I've been
Ken
seeing
Lou in
Blue
the
Chew
chat.
all the time. He
I see
be
him on the
outside a
timeline.
little bit.
He
Hey,
don't be
Ken
here.
Lou.
He don't be here.
He don't be here like that. Shout out Ken Lou.
I haven't seen Ken Lou in a minute.
Oh,
I was thinking about that.
you don't be
offline.
here. Do better, Ken Lou.
Do better.
Mhm.
It's 2025.
No, I don't want to see. I don't want to see John Cena.
You're going to.
Yeah,
It's
You
inevitable.
have to, at least for 365 days.
he's earned this. He
Not
earned his
even.
last ride out.
However many dates, it ain't even got to be the whole year. It could be like
Mhm.
40 sometimes you see him this year.
I don't
That's
want
it.
to see that nigga.
It's like Thanos. It's inevitable. You're going to see him.
Unless he taking the dirt net. You know what I mean?
Don't that mean dead?
Or did in wrestling terms. Unless he taking the L, he putting somebody over. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him.
But he's got to win for us to care too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's won
He's
enough.
got to.
He has won enough.
He's
Well,
talking about going for
That
titles.
nigga ain't
though.
won
I
in
mean,
2 years, is he?
I know. What are you talking about?
Last time he won.
This nigga won for 19 years straight, and y'all talking about
19.
the last 2 years?
Hey,
Nice.
somebody
It's
should have
what he
came
mentioned.
and snatched it.
it's the narrative that he's pushing, though, is that he
Which
hasn't
is
won in 2000
ass.
some
Like,
odd
yo,
days.
you have John Cena has destroyed many a career. Many. He beat the whole Nexus in one match. So
Yeah.
you mean to tell me
Wait. Was the whole Nexus, who you won? Michael Tarver? You won Michael Tarver to be great? That what you won?
They
anybody?
wasn't put Michael
No, I'm just
Tarver
saying.
nowhere.
What's the black nigga that looked like? You wanted Justin Gray
David.
Gabriel.
Orlando
You wanted
Jordan.
Justin Gabriel to be that guy, huh?
Orlando Jordan.
No, he wasn't there.
They wasn't doing that with none of them, unfortunately.
Wayne Barrett.
What?
Wayne Barrett.
Wade Barrett was going to be great, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Look, the only people that saw for Wade Barrett is the people that said we don't want Corey Graves on SmackDown.
Ouch.
That's what happened.
Ouch.
That's what happened.
Yowzers.
Apparently, for what I feel like I'm jumping the gun, but that is one of the biggest stories this week. Although I saw that he deleted the tweet, so it's almost like it didn't happen.
Nah, that shit-
What? We seen it. We seen
see
it.
We see you.
He deleted them for a reason, though, right?
I'm sure, but we seen it already.
Either way, it's gonna happen. Is he gone?
I don't. All right, so after Raw, maybe like an hour or so after Raw, Corey Graves posted a tweet. He said, "Hey, it sucks when you like get your dream job and you're not able to have your dream job, and you have like a job adjacent to your dream job. You get really good at it, and they're like, hey, we don't want you doing that job no more." And then
Shout
the
out
next,
to Being black.
then hey, 3 hours later, he tweeted, "Hey, NXT's tonight. I'm about to talk my shit over there." And that whole day, Katz was like, "Oh, what's
Tweet was
going on? Is this
deleted.
real? Is it storyline? Is some people are saying that he tweeted that in an effort to get fired, which Meltzer said, hey, if you're trying to do that to get fired, you're probably not gonna get fired. But
nowhere near enough to get fired though. Like that's the thing. It was spicy.
it was spicy, but it felt like it felt
Yeah.
enough where it could have been a work for NXT that night.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 6-letter word you could tweet to get fired.
Hey, they'll at least kick you out for a couple of years, and then never mind.
That would be cool.
After he tweeted, there were reports that, like, again, when people were asking if it was going to be a work or not, there were reports saying that they saw him at the airport and he was leaving. He was leaving Orlando, and then by the time Obafemi walked out into the performance center, it was only 2 chairs on the NXT desk, and a day or 2 later, he was deleting the tweet. So I don't know what the Corey Graves situation is, but I guess
Corey Graves.
Oh, what happened to main man that made the Kobe joke?
He got fired.
What was I mean in life, like now, like where's Shorty? Like what was his name first?
I was gonna say, who was the one that made the Kobe joke?
It was the nigga had a Arsenio Hall type show.
Byron Saxton.
Teddy.
No, not Byron Saxton.
It's Teddy Ruxpin.
It wasn't. It was something with a B though,
Teddy.
wasn't it?
Somebody's in the chat. Come on, chat, help me with it.
Black
Main man.
manager,
He came out.
WWE.
Abraham Washington.
Abraham Washington. Yeah.
Yo,
Is
that's
that?
Shout out
crazy.
to the chat, man. Y'all niggas are the
Two
goats.
slave traders.
Abraham Washington was a wrestler who I think then he could talk, so they made him a manager, and then he had a
Shout out
talk
to Young
show
Kings.
segment. This was
He was in
early.
NXT.
This was
Wow.
early Black Rasslin, so this was like 2006, maybe
Mhm.
2007.
It was early.
Mhm.
This was a minute ago. But yeah, he made a
Holy
joke
smokes, Rock.
around the Kobe Yamin
Rape.
situation, the
Yeah.
rape allegation situation. He made a joke referring to that
Yeah.
on WWE programming,
He got removed immediately.
and they said it was a rap.
Yeah.
I've not thought about that brother in a minute. That was a weirdo.
Was he?
He was an interesting, like, I was
He was with the primetime players, right?
Mm-hmm.
early,
Oh, Abraham Washington.
early,
Primetime players.
very
Shout out to the
early.
Shout out to Prime PTP.
Speaking of the Nexus.
Yeah, I don't know. Are they still doing main event? Like, there's probably somewhere they could put Corey Graves. Clearly, at a certain point, there was a report saying that it was supposed to be him and Joe Tessitore on SmackDown, but then sometime before all this stuff went down, they decided on Wade Barrett.
Did he go with Joe Tessitore?
No. I think the talk about him being with Joe Tessitore on SmackDown at this point, I've been seeing the last couple days.
No, what I'm saying is, did they mesh well? Would they have meshed well?
Probably. I think he was really good, to be honest.
Corey Graves,
I think Michael Cole got him right.
I didn't like Corey Graves.
okay.
That'll do it.
Graves was more like a Jesse Ventura, in my opinion. Like, he was he was like a specific, like, I'm rooting for the heels type figure. I think he did that. He played that role very well.
I thought.
Yeah, I liked his level of nuance at it because it wasn't just straight, come on, McMahon, I love this guy. Like, it was more of a, like, lightly, like, I rock with the bad guys and the good guys.
Could he? Myron in the chat said Corey Graves is about to be all elite very soon. They're already doing 3-person booths over there.
I feel like
That's like
him. I feel like a Corey Graves Excalibur booth could be dope.
I think they'd have to put 2 people on one show and 2 different people on the other show or something like that.
Listen, I love Taz. Is cool. Taz is cool and all that, but there's such a, like, old dudes do this thing where they forget they be doing stuff sometimes. Like,
white dudes.
like halfway. No, it's all of us.
He forget he on a show
Yeah,
on
these
TV.
niggas be like they talking like they in the hotel. Well, what do you mean, Shivani? I mean, what are you scratching yourself for over there?
That's this nigga right here.
Yeah, that's a fact. Just I said us, nigga. You didn't hear me?
Ain't me.
Who's us?
Hey, nigga, I know what the birth certificate say, nigga.
Corey Graves.
Fool these niggas.
Corey Graves, lead announcer on Dynamite, would probably be. I mean, if he's going to AEW,
You see what Sean Tragedy said.
That would be the most.
What Shawnee said? What you said, Shawnee?
no way. They're
Yeah, Coleman's good.
Yeah.
I like Caprice.
Yeah, Caprice.
Wasn't he
Okay.
on the show?
Hey, Caprice, you
He's
stop.
on Ring of
Hey,
Honor.
He was Ring of
as
Honor,
good as
yeah.
you are. We like you, but I don't forget. I remember what you said, nigga. I'm sorry. I don't think you like to be called nigga. I don't believe
I don't think
because you're a Christian man.
That's a man of God.
But I
yeah.
remember what you said, brother. Because I mean, if I say brother with the hard ER, you know what I mean.
You know what we stand. You know exactly where we stand.
Absolutely.
I like
AEW
Caprice as an
Thunder's
announcer too. He's good. But again, these are people that understand their character.
So, all right,
That's the other side of Graves.
let's have
That's
this
the other side
question.
of Graves.
Let's have it because we brought this up in the chat. This was brought up in our chat, and specifically, this for the most part was a reference to what was said about Sasha and Naomi when they left, right? And my question was, when this was said, this was still Voldemort. You know what I'm saying? Voldemort K. McMahon's days. And the announcers were being heavily produced at that time.
Yeah.
So the question becomes, when those things were said, was he riffing? You believe he freestyled that? I feel like I'm gonna be honest. I mean, and I don't care about Corey Graves either way, but facts is facts. We know that back then they had to say what the man said.
I feel like at that era, in that moment, there would have. I feel like there was talk of Vince getting his point across through choice words through the commentary. I'd have to go back and read back on them situations, but good.
We might have said that then.
So the Bianca
We
comment.
can say that.
What about that's? I'm assuming that's what he.
What did he say about Bianca?
Well, when she came out with the marching band or with the band, when he was like, "The hell is this shit?" or whatever he said.
There's been a number of instances, I think, because there are a lot of people who, when this was going on, the timeline was like,
Fuck Corey Graves.
yeah, it's about time. I've been waiting for this, that type of energy. So there's definitely, again, that side it's not all love for Corey Graves.
I think it's his haircut that I don't like.
Brother Rock, I'd wager that we've called each other nigga the equal amount of times.
It's his haircut that I don't like. It's
I
funny.
don't like his haircut. I don't like the cut of that man's jib.
His jib.
I knew that was.
Cut of that man.
Jesus.
What part of the chicken is the jib? I'm not eating no jib, yo.
The goddamn.
Can you fry jib?
It's LeVar's jibs. Jibs all over the place.
I guess before we get to NXT, 'cause it's already a certain time of night. Lyra Valkyria wins the women's Intercontinental title. She is the first holder of that championship.
Boo!
They needed to do something with her. She's been on that main roster for a minute, and this ain't the first time she's been in a tournament where. But is Carmella retired? I am not sure. But
she had a baby, right?
They did have a baby. I don't know if she was on any timeline to get back here anytime soon. But that's a great question, because if he's on the way out, I wonder what her situation would be. He would talk her up on commentary and everything.
Take her with you.
As someone who's not been big on that Finn Balor Damian Priest feud anymore, that street fight was
Niggas had one.
They
niggas had one.
I hope that's the end of the feud because that is the match to end the feud on.
That's it. Please. Because that was good. End on a high note.
He was on that stretcher and he went. Pop, 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 pop. He was beating that motherfucker.
God, fuck him up. Let me do my stuff. Oh, my bad. Yeah.
It was this moment, and it was the moment where Finn hit the stomp outside the ring.
When that nigga pushed him to the ring and the junk spun around and nigga rolled off, I was like, nigga, that was perfectly executed. Like they had a track or something down that junk.
Damian Priest feel like he gone though. Transfer portal. Put that motherfucker on SmackDown.
Yeah,
Fridays.
Put that man on SmackDown.
Yeah, send him somewhere else.
Because you got to get past this. If the feud ain't end off of this, I don't know how you end it. He did rolling right back to the ring in that damn stretcher. And Jey Uso, him and Gunther, they made it official. They're gonna be wrestling what next Saturday? Saturday night's main event for the title.
Can I be honest about this?
Oh shit.
Nah, it's not a log. I don't care.
You don't care. You don't care about Jey getting this match. For respect.
No. I don't care about. They got to fix. I don't know what they did. They broke him. They got to fix Gunther.
Yeah, they broke.
They got it. I don't.
I'm not scared no more.
They broke him. No, they
shouldn't have let him come out in his own clothes them couple weeks, yo. Ain't nobody scared of the nigga that's in the drop off line for the kids.
I think it started when he was off TV for a very long time. He was off TV for almost a month, and that lull and that absence did him no good.
Yeah, they didn't. There was a point when in that moment where they didn't book him correctly. They tried once they brought him back, and he was calling Damian Priest street trash or whatever. I think that's when they were kind of starting to.
That was right around the election time, wasn't it? Wasn't that wrong, son?
You're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. Mm-hmm. I do hear that. It's kind of like, I guess it's interesting because like normally you would think that a lot of the top players on the scene would be trying to vie for that world title that Gunther's got going on right now. But again, clearly everybody's trying to be in the Royal Rumble to figure out what they're doing in Vegas. Jey Uso's kind of the guy that's just around. It's a weird dynamic right now because I don't know. So correct. Is there anybody in the chat? I was going to say, is there anybody in the chat who thinks Jay's going to win at Saturday's main event to be champion?
I do.
That nigga might need a win to.
I think he's gonna win. Yo, here you go.
You think he's gonna walk out as champion?
I think he may win
because nobody thinks he will.
Because nobody thinks he will, and because it's we got a big main event, the last Saturday night's main event, and you saw what happened.
You think they would do something with Jay and Gunther to then turn? Because I mean, I don't. Gunther would need a match for the Rumble, and that's a week later. I don't know what you would do, or unless they're not having Gunther wrestle.
Unless it's a rematch.
Well, unless they don't have him wrestle, because Cody and what's the name already got their match booked that night. They may not do the world title match at the Royal Rumble. They may keep that for Raw.
What would be Jey Uso's WrestleMania match
right now, or as champion?
Him and his brother re-upping it,
running it back,
fixing because the last one they ain't go right.
But they
do. They want to do
then
that.
It should. To be honest, it probably if things go right, and they could make a proper build. I would love to see another Usos versus New Day.
That's a no, cuz.
I don't keep.
So there's nothing else. So there's nothing y'all can think of
that outside of the bloodline. No, there's not really a big feud.
Because that belt ain't the Super Intercontinental Championship.
I mean,
But he has staked his claim saying, "Yo, he said I'm winning the title this year, right?"
yeah.
He just had this big promo about him being worthy of you know what I mean. I'm not.
Well, yeah, you're gonna earn my respect, or I'm gonna earn my respect.
I'm not just a tag team wrestler, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So the culmination of this is a loss.
It depends on how long you think the booking is going to be. It could be a loss next week, but it could be. It depends.
He's not going to win the Rumble.
Maybe Giovanni Vinci come in there and do something to him.
But that's the other thing though, because he is also in the Rumble. Like
So
he's having his world title match, and then he's going to be in a Rumble match.
You got him winning the Rumble. You got him winning the Rumble.
No,
brother B. Foster has a great idea.
Jay versus Logan Paul could be a
give him. He's done enough this year to earn that big celebrity spot. If he can't fight, if he
he's
can't
been
fight,
walking celebrities down. Of course he has.
But that's what. Yeah, he's done. He's been the guy enough on TV. He's, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Let him do something
big.
Other than, I mean, because he's not getting the real belt. He's not sniffing the real belt, right? Not. He could maybe see the Super Intercontinental or the real Intercontinental. But
he already had the Intercontinental.
But the bigger spot is the celebrity spot. Get that man a celebrity spot.
You're gonna put him in the spot fest.
Yeah, why not?
Coming off the bloodline. Last year they main evented. And then you're gonna put him in the spot fest this year.
I mean, coming off the
he shouldn't be near the main event.
He's coming off the bloodline.
I don't care
right
what his
now,
name
though.
is.
So he's losing to Gunther.
Yeah, probably.
My thought is that he's losing to Gunther.
And losing in the Rumble.
Well, 29 niggas is losing in the Rumble, and that ain't that bad.
So when is Money in the Bank?
Summer Money in the Bank. That sounds about right. But
Money in the Bank.
What's the date, Nick? 2024.
It's
I don't know if they have the date listed
It's
yet.
like May.
It's like May or June, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna say June.
Yeah,
I don't know how you.
That's
I don't know
money.
I don't know how you have that big ass. You make that big ass promo and then nothing.
Well,
like,
he did all that emotional promo,
yeah.
then he went right back to Yeet.
Yeah. I mean, that's the shit. That's
he
what
was
got
almost
him.
crying. I was the other one.
He had
Which
that.
one is you?
It was that San Jose Shark shirt that he had on with the yeet on it. You gotta sell them yeets at a certain point.
He did it all before and on the way to the ring, nigga. They did this all the way goddamn to the ring at the end, baby.
This heat season.
Stay in there.
Now, so where's Gunther go? That's CM Punk.
Nah,
Gunther may not have the title by Mania.
As crazy as it sounds, he needs to earn his way back up that way because he's not on. There's nobody in those three guys at the beginning of the show, Drew, Seth, Punk, that I would believe Gunther should be beating right now. So
it's Mania season, baby. I'm saying he would be a good person for any of them to beat.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to figure out what have they done in the last year with Gunther to make you think they about to pull off something big with him at Mania?
Is that the bait and switch? Is that they don't do nothing with him so he can have his big moment?
He lost last year.
Sami Zayn.
He lost the IC title to Sami Zayn in Philly, right?
Yeah.
And that was after however many days of being undefeated and the matches on Raw and whatnot.
But the purpose of that was to push him, elevate him up to the Super Continental.
No, you're 100% correct. I think the year he's had in the Super Intercontinental title reign hasn't been as good as his year as an Intercontinental champion.
How long is Dragunov out?
A minute, months. I don't know. It was.
He's
late
been
summer,
gone for
early
a while.
fall.
It was like like August, September.
Yeah, it was a serious. It was 6 to 8 months. I think it was a fairly serious injury. I've not heard any word of him coming back anytime soon.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that would have been that was supposed to be the bash in Berlin, right? That was what people had pegged for that, and they had that on house shows. But then he got injured.
Yeet.
Maybe Gunther's future is waiting for Dragunov.
Yeet.
And Jey Uso may win the championship, but I don't know how long he's holding on to that title.
Yeet.
All right.
Wishful thinking.
We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. I don't know how DDM's going, so I don't know how much NXT we're going to get into.
No tease.
But
you gotta fill in for me.
It's an interesting time in NXT because the conversation we were having earlier this week was so Obafemi's a champion, and Trick Williams said he got to figure out what he's doing next.
Yeet.
And him saying he's trying to figure out what he's doing next doesn't sound like main roster to me.
Okay.
Like he sounds like he's unsure of himself. You know what I mean? Usually when you take that L to go to get elevated, it's like you lost, you go away for a second, you come back. Hey, we missed him. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I'm be all right.
I'm
Keep my head up.
Cue Peanuts music.
Where can he go outside of?
That's what he said.
What I'm saying is, there's no other place for him. Like he's the main event of NXT. So you're moving him back down to push who?
No, you're creating a story. Why would he be pushing anybody? Like, and he can make people too.
Who is there to make?
That's the point.
Wesley's beef is with Obafemi. Wesley is going to be Obafemi.
Right, but there's still other talents that we haven't seen. Right?
So
you got to make an avenue for the next.
They
got to make the next
Obafemi.
What's the NXT main event scene? Trick, Ethan Page,
and Gabagool.
Tony D'Angelo.
You think he's still?
He went out. He was the one that went out there to confront Oba. If he didn't have his beef show up.
So I mean, the fact is if you have a main event scene, which NXT has done a good job at having, then I think you still whatever guy that doesn't have something is where Trick can go.
Rock, what do you think, Rock? I don't know where is that? Who's that guy? You don't know. Ain't one. This is why I'm saying moving Trick. So if you move Trick down to wherever to help elevate or what, where does he go after that stuff?
Are they gonna put him with 51?
Who?
Trick and 51?
Well, I mean that's the other part of this NXT conversation is after we spent so much time having this talk in the group chat that the news today of WWE and TNA announcing their multi-year partnership with allowing talents from NXT and Impact or NXT and TNA to show up on each other's brands. There's a lot of potential. Announcing that, shouts to Mimi. Mimi put a whole piece up on blackrasslin.com. Go check that out when you have a chance. About the potential of this moment for black wrestlers, for the indie scene. I think in general, there's a lot that could happen. And immediately we saw Masha Slamovich just sitting in the crowd on NXT recently. Rumble is right around the corner. Is Roxanne Perez still in NXT? She sounded like she was saying her goodbyes to the women's division to figure out what she's going to do. Could we see any type of Obafemi or Trick Williams or Ethan
Trick
Page,
could
whoever
just
in the Royal.
Trick could just be at NXT. I mean, at TNA. He could just be over there. That's a whole nother rock. He could.
He could wrestle AJ Francis.
Remember that just happened today. We ain't had this when I was arguing with y'all.
But they
No,
had it.
no, but I
information.
Had it right here.
But I think
Right in that
today.
pocket
It just
where your
came
granddaddy
today.
put his numbers at.
That's what I'm saying. It came today.
But I'll say, just like I applauded the
Hendry's
addition of
definitely in the
Ethan
Rumble.
Page in NXT because when Trick won that title and Carmelo went to the main roster, we were in this situation again of what's the main event scene in NXT, and then Ethan Page showed up and they were wrestling for a couple of they had a feud where Ethan helped Trick in the ring, like sending Trick out on those type of excursions down to Impact or whatever. It could imagine he has beef with Joe Hendry down there. Like I there's a lot that you could do in those back and forths, but I do wonder. It still does beg the question of where does Triple H feel like that's the path for Trick, or is Triple H ready to be like, hey, you're about to be in the Rumble, and then you about to be on Netflix for the rest of the year.
Worser ain't a word, right?
No,
But
Worser
ain't a word.
Worse
But I
is.
feel like the NXT TNA relationship was a worser kept secret than goddamn Penta.
Right.
Like, nigga, we been watching it for years.
The whole press release was like, yeah, remember all the stuff that happened between NXT and TNA? Yeah, we're about to make this happen for more years now.
It's happening all the time.
Versus, I don't know, Sean Tragedy, because it's more leaning towards the WWE side than the TNA side, because you know what I'm saying. Like TNA could have been purgatory for him at that time, but he's over here. You know what I'm saying?
He's able to punch Javon Evans in the mouth every week.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I genuinely right now it's tough because I mean to circle back to where we started. I like Obafemi as world champion, which means that I don't think I'm going to be seeing a lot of Trick Williams unless they're planning something for Stand and Deliver. Although Trick is definitely in line to get at least that title shot back.
Are those they not guaranteed down there, right?
Eddie Thorpe has a match against Obafemi next week
Who?
on NXT TV. The nigga that Obafemi beat before he took the title. He beat up Eddie Thorpe backstage. Dakota Kai Man. He beat up Dakota Kai Man backstage and then said, "Hey Ava, I know it's a triple threat. I beat one of the threats already. If you show up, I'm gonna beat him up again. But I'm taking this title tonight." And now he's gonna beat him up again.
I don't like this.
I don't know where Trick. If Trick goes backwards,
Give me Oba and AJ. Give me Oba and AJ Francis.
I don't know where Trick. I don't know who Trick's dealing with.
I think the only other person that's like semi in the mix is Wesley.
He's teaming with somebody. Well, that's the thing, right? There are those opportunities for those Impact signed people to really make an impact. No pun intended.
I mean, he can whip all their ass.
Trick,
yeah.
Maybe that's what he needs.
Which would normally happen, right? The NXT guy is gonna come out. Well,
now I don't know because it's on
Yeah.
paperwork. They on paperwork now.
They've
got to win sometime.
Josh Alexander isn't in TNA.
Yeah, Josh Alexander's trying. He's been trying to get out, right?
He's done.
Trick Williams wins the Impact title.
That would be hard.
Naomi did.
She was in TNA.
It's still the best thing she did her whole career.
Street Profits won the Evolve Championship.
Yeah, but that was a feeder system.
I was about to be real
I had
disrespectful.
them niggas on the network.
Well, now this is a feeder system too, right?
I don't know. I don't
What
know.
did you think? What do you mean you don't know? You saw this Joe Henry. They've been test marketing this for months since the Rumble.
Henry is finished.
Oh,
He's still over there.
Auto parts.
Wow.
They got y'all niggas straight. Y'all niggas is in the matrix.
Super train.
Blue
Super
pill
train.
here.
Yo, I don't.
Super train.
I don't know. So it's an official feeder system. They weren't feeding anybody there. They was just running niggas through there.
Yes, they was.
They
They was
were.
feeding all
What are
they
you
people
talking
to
about?
NXT
Yes.
people.
Who got fed? Who
That's
got fed?
This one need to be. Can you fix this one? Can you help this one?
Ooh.
Can you?
Charlie Dempsey
you
went down
think?
there a couple times.
Come on now. I don't know why Nick Nemeth is down there. Maybe he's down. He's down there strategically. I believe because he's the gift that keeps on giving.
He's been
He's
there.
like a herpy. He like he
Ew.
just,
When did he go down there? Let's see.
He
He's been there
popped
for like
up.
3 years.
It's 3 years.
Has it been 3 years? It has
It's
not
like
been
2
3 years.
years.
I be
It
feeling like
has.
he's exaggerating.
Hey, watch.
It's
Y'all
been
want to
a
see my
year.
hey?
No,
Y'all
it's
want to see
longer
my
than a
cousin
year.
get angry? Watch this.
Hey, yo, get the fuck out.
People love the Hardy Boys.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing when I saw Xia Li too. I was like, she ready. She like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Everybody's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. This is what it is.
Nick Nemeth.
She's
Nick
over
Nemeth,
there. She's at TNA.
Nick Nemeth signed with Impact January 3rd, or his debut was January 13th, 2024.
No,
3 years.
no, ain't no way.
His non-compete with WWE expired December of 2023. That's when he went to.
He had. Hold on. Wait. Because
I feel like you
TNA
living in the Matrix.
TNA had that. He came in as a surprise competitor, right?
He had that one moment. Yeah. He confronted
What's the date, Cal? What's the date?
January 13th, 2024.
Ain't
Okay.
no way. Ain't no way. What you got? What is that? Let me look at this.
Let me know when he was done with
What's that,
WWE.
singular?
Let me know when he went to when he's wrestling for Game Changer. When he wrestled Matt Cardona.
There's definitely a Nokia.
He made his debut for New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom 18 last January.
What's that?
You're going
Look
too
it up,
fast
nothing.
for
That
him. You're
nigga's
going
playing
too fast. You're going too fast for him.
It was
don't
last
matter.
year.
He got an F in his name. Nemeth.
Nemeth.
I
The
can't,
nemesis.
bro.
Hey, y'all remember when
He actually has no
Dolph
F in
Ziggler
his
had
name
a
at all.
tag team with Jack Swagger, and for 1 week they called him Jack Dolph.
Jesus.
Ah,
On that note, god damn. There wasn't too much other
Oh
craziness.
yes, it was.
What was the other craziness? What was the other craziness?
I mean, we can't talk about WitchCon. Oh, all right, fair enough.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh?
I saw some people talking about some stuff in the chat. I don't know what we're trying to
That's
talk
what
about
I'm
right
saying. WitchCon. I said WitchCon. What you mean WitchCon?
now. Let me ask you a question.
Look.
No, let me ask you a serious question. It's 10:32 on a Thursday night.
Fair
Is
enough.
that the Pandora's box you're trying to open right now?
nah, why the fuck would we talk about that?
Why? No, I just want because you got to reference it. It happened.
The timeline said that Jada Parker was having sex with Jey Uso after
Really?
That was such a whack. That was so whack. That was so whack.
I don't know. I know what was going on when that was going on. I don't know where that came from. But again, this is the Pandora's box. I don't know if I want to open because you have to talk about stuff like that. And
No, you don't. You actually don't.
you definitely Blafty's topic. I don't know if I can Blafty's about that shit. It's such a weird.
I don't know nothing about that.
But that's the other thing. It's like it's somebody saw something on their Instagram timeline and then it turned into something on the timeline, and the timeline is not ready for. There's a lot of conversations that aren't to be had on the timeline.
Yeah, that
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's my whole problem with everything is groupthink is a mofo.
Group think, and there's too much going on in the world right
Yo, I love them shit. That's Bryce and what's her name, right? That's Bryce and Emil LaRue.
Peace to Emil LaRue.
You mean Drew 30?
Piece
That's
of
what
MVP.
that's good.
Piece of MVP for finally getting his debut on AEW in a match where Shelton Benjamin won the trios match with a super kick.
Shout out to the super kick being a thing.
Shout out to the super kick being a thing. It was a decent super kick too. Shouts to Hobbs getting an AEW World Title match
And losing,
but not looking like a hoe.
He didn't look like a hoe. It's definitely a Cope show though.
Hey.
Cope said, "Hey, me, come on, FTR, you about to get these motherfuckers." And it was interesting that Mercedes wasn't on the show on Dynamite, but they definitely showed her.
She had that slick little Witchcom showing the little video package of her going on Sherry, and I thought it did her justice, and they did a good job at kind of highlighting what they need to highlight about that young lady.
Yeah, it actually looks like the world tour, the business CEO. When you're able to show the actual media tour that she's on, holding 4 damn titles on the Sherry show and whatnot, like
niggas is going crazy.
Interesting looks. Before we get out of here, Mimi, I've still not been able to watch, so I can only live vicariously through you. The people definitely need to go watch that reality of wrestling show that went down this past Saturday.
First of all, shout out to me because I stayed and watched the whole thing by myself.
That's accurate. That is accurate.
That is accurate. Mimi was hyped too.
All by myself.
She was
I was excited. Shout out to the girls with the ladder match. Very nice to see Rochelle Chanel
For
in the mix.
Word.
In the mix. Word. I have to say, sometimes Booker T gets on my nerves, right? But he does. He gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
All of that just irritates the hell out of me. However,
I'm sorry, I angered you.
However, that little cinematic, they played this little cinematic contract signing type thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was so old school and so it was so relatable, I have to say, right? And I'm old school because, I watched 80s wrestling and early 90s wrestling or whatever. And it took me back. And I never watched Booker T. I wasn't watching around that time. I was a lapsed fan around that time. But it gave OG trying to put a new stepper down a peg. But it did show that Zilla does need a lot more work. He needs a lot more work in the storytelling. However, he played it cool. He played it good. He played it cool. But Booker T, I see him in a different light because I actually saw him in his work and not at a table.
Right.
That makes sense. I thought that, I don't know, who was the guy that was orchestrating it? What's his name?
Oh, the little black dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
The little black dude that was like the moderator there. I thought at first I thought it was my man, player.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was too. And then he came in the ring, I think during the main event to announce him or whatever. And it was interesting. The whole thing was so Vince McMahon because he signed it because he was so mad. You know what I mean? He was hothead. Sign it. Yeah.
Well, he said his daddy. He said when he mentioned his daddy.
Right. And he went nuts. So he signed it, but he didn't know what he was signing. And I saw the fucking Vince McMahon booking.
You knew what was coming up.
I didn't know. I thought it was just going to be, Right. And so when they started this person, that person, AJ Francis, that, and gave him the
Pioneer City, Maryland.
I was like, it was so much fun to watch that main event.
I gotta check.
Street Justice? Is that what they call him? Street Justice, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Shout out to Street Justice.
It sounds like it kind of makes sense as to why Reality of Wrestling is one of the first organizations that was with WWE ID.
Yes. That tag, what is it? Something flight?
It's
High
not high
def.
def.
What did I say? Flight. Where did I get flight from?
She
I
said,
have
top
no
flight.
idea.
High
clue.
def.
That's the other people.
That's the other side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I knew I was talking. I knew what I was talking about. Shout out to me again.
Ah!
Nice. That's that coming out.
So,
She said, shout out to me
that was
for
a
messing up.
Fly Def and the Kentish brothers.
Yeah.
Was it the
Shout out,
Kentish
the,
Brothers?
shout out the Kentish brothers. Yeah.
That's what they
It's
said on
high,
Cage Match,
fly
yeah.
def in the I said high
It
def.
was
Fly
true.
def.
They
Fly
were
Def.
black. They were black.
They're mixed.
4 black people.
Warren
look
J
back
and
to
Zach
me.
Zilla.
Zach Zilla, that's what it was.
Yeah,
I
Zach
knew I
Zilla.
tweeted his name. I don't know if I spelt it right. That's another thing that I didn't like. I didn't like their social media wasn't active. So every time I went back to kind of like check to make sure I've got the names right, maybe I wanted to tag the people.
Right.
It wasn't there. So I kind of feel like the one
ROH,
feedback I would give.
ROW wasn't active.
No, it wasn't consistent, and they
Okay.
weren't
Oh,
tagging
okay. I see
people.
what
So
you're saying.
I don't know who's who. I wanted to tag some people. I was able to like get the name real quick and kind of
Right.
like look them up, but then it's like it was going too fast, so I couldn't tag everybody.
It's not like them USA Twitter accounts. They got everything.
No,
Yeah,
they got
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And then the WID WWE ID match was really good as well. I really enjoyed it because I felt like each match that I saw, I think it was like 5 matches, there was a story. And I came into it not really understanding what was going on because it was the first time I was watching it.
Word.
But I understood they did kind of a good job of telling a little bit of the backstory so that if you were watching, so they're kind of like taking bits and pieces
Right.
from what's happening right now on the main scene. The one thing I will say is the camera all over the place. It was very amateur. There was one point like they just kept, it felt like you were looking at it through a phone and the person put the phone down and then they popped it back up and you got to watch the stream. So I kind of felt like for them to be around as long and for them to have the talent that they have, they should really hone in on the production piece of it. A little bit better when they're streaming. Announcer, that girl did so well. It was great to see Emily.
Okay.
Yeah,
She was out
it
there
great
too?
to see
Okay.
Emily
Everywhere.
doing the
Yeah, she do be everywhere.
backstage stuff.
Mhm.
What else? What other takeaways?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who was on the ID?
It was Ice Williams.
Oh, that was Ice. That was Ice.
Yeah, because I said ice. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Ice Williams
Ice
and
Cold.
Jordan Oasis.
Shout out to Ice Williams. Ice
Yeah,
Williams
peace to Ice
from
Williams.
Las Vegas.
Ice.
Mhm.
Peace to Ice Williams. Yeah, it was cool to see when I saw that match was announced. That was the other thing. I'm like, it's going to be Booker T and Zilla too. And I just started learning about Ice Williams not too long ago.
He hasn't had he had a I don't know if he was injured, but he had a run where he didn't get a lot of matches off for like the last 2 years or so.
Mhm.
Right.
But he was with his crew is Lights Camera Action.
Oh, okay.
Lights Camera, I think it's Lights Cameras Action. It's one of I don't want to say the guys underneath him, but he's I will say that under Chris Bay. So
Okay.
I'm not
those,
saying Chris Bay trained him, but he came up under Chris Bay. So
Word. Oh, you talking about Vegas and everything? Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nah, it's dope. Again, check it out. I believe just go over to the Reality of Wrestling site. The show was only like $10, something like that.
Mhm.
buy it.
You said what?
Yeah, tell them buy it. Buy it.
Yeah,
mother-
go buy the show. It's only $10. And again, you're getting the whole Zilla 2 Booker T match plus.
Mhm.
In addition, Sydney Akeem was on that show. Yeah, it's a lot of people that's on that show. So check out the future. I think that's gonna be about it for us this week. I don't anticipate us getting into anything else, and you know what that means. As we get out of here, there's literally only one question I need to ask. Miss Mimi, who's your Black Rass of the week?
Reality of Wrestling.
The whole Yami.
The whole Yami, they
The
did
whole-
amazing in bringing in a newbie like me keeping me locked in for the night because I sure ain't have nothing to do on Saturday.
There you go.
It was fun. I loved it.
I respect it. Peace
I'll
to
pay
Booker T.
$10 again.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Champ?
I'm gonna go with the good folks over at Fight, introducing the new tag titles, man. Very beautiful titles. You'll see they're on the timeline. Y'all will see them very, very soon. They got a little situation there for those belts, man. And of course, as always, TNA J Francis. Shout out to TNA J Francis for popping up over there.
Big facts. Brother Mav?
I'm going with Omos.
I like that. Omos. He hit that last ride in Curriculars Hall the other night.
I'm going with Omos. Shout out to you, Cal, for coming on this side.
He's a
hey, all right.
Homosexual.
So you just said I was going to that side. So y'all all been homosexuals. What you been saying?
Who's y'all?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Watch this. Watch the cuz behind his head. Cuz this is cuz talking. I said what I said.
God damn.
Get me off the screen, nigga.
Get me off the screen is funny. My Black Rats of the week. Gosh, it's definitely not because of something that happened this week. But I was watching episode 2 of Ashe TV. I was almost late to starting the show at this point because that show be so damn good. I know people in the chat was watching it earlier. I forgot how much pandemonium your current Ashe men's champion Darius Carter caused on that first show. It was a whole teacher that got a check donation. It was Billy Dixon and Darius Lockhart was trying to make a match. Darius Carter came down and said, "Hey, Gerard, hold these damn ropes and let me in this ring." He talked cash shit and then was like, "Who the hell is this $40,000 a year teacher up in this ring?" Like a demon from the beginning. There's a reason why he is their champion. And it's dope to watch Ashe TV and kind of see, like, I'm literally able to relive last year episodically, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. That's all I got for this week. Mimi, where do people can find you on them social medias?
You know where to find me. You find me on the Twitter machine on Tuesdays at 6:35 on the Turnbuckle Talk.
Facts. Good conversation over there.
True. Come true.
If it's not working on your Android, just pull up an iPhone. Brother Fam?
LFam79 on your social media choice. That's all I got.
Brother Mav?
Cover cuz mother. I've been a homosexual for a long time. I just wanted y'all to know how I really felt.
A recovered homosexual is crazy. All right. Peace to Mav. It's your boy Cal at Cal on Twitter, at Black Rasslin on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. BlackRasslin.com is the website. As always, you can find Black Rasslin on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Just Google your favorite podcast. We should be there. Patreon.com/Black Rasslin. Make sure you pay that $1 or pay the $10 to watch. I watched because Vice has got an MMA series. I watched a Kimbo Slice documentary, and because I watched the Kimbo Slice documentary, I watched the Eli Porter and Envy battle, the Iron Mike battle. Then I watched the documentary about the battle, and then today we dropped the video with the documentary about Eli Porter. There's a whole Eli Porter trilogy over there on the Patreon, and on Sunday we're gonna learn about Penta. So you pay that $1 or pay that $10 because there's content over there as well. Pay the lemon. YouTube.com/Black Rasslin. Every Thursday, 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're giving you 5 mics, of just that ill podcast and shit. Where else you gonna go? Where else you gonna go? Well, actually,
Token, when you see us at the show, say what's up.
Facts. The other place you should go, blackrasslin.bigcartel.com. If you're trying to cop one of these, limited time. You got till Tuesday, I guess, end of day to get your Yamin sorted out. That's it. Peace to DDM. Make sure you send those Yamins over to the squad. I want to know what's going on over there. Peace to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Everybody, all the new subs from the Hulk Hogan video from the other day. Appreciate y'all for rocking with some real ones over here. Shit, that's all I got over here. DDM is not here, but DDM, please take us out.
All my niggas in the whole wide world, doom.